just over 10 miles into the Centurion Autumn 100, which is a 100-mile, hence the name, race. Starting in Goring in Oxfordshire, and it covers a combination of Thames Path and the Ridgeway. It's quite a unique kind of format really, in that it's set out as 4 out and backs, so Goring is kind of the centre of the cross. We're on the first leg, or first spur as they call it, so I'll go for another couple of miles and turn around, retrace some steps back to the start, and then we'll take a second spur which will be along the Ridgeways. This one's on the Thames Path, third one is again Ridgeway, and the final one is on the Thames Path in the opposite direction to what we've run now. So yeah, about an hour and 45 minutes in, probably another 20 or so hours to go. I'd say probably somewhere between 18 and 24 hours left, depending on how things go. Really, we'll have no idea until much later on in the race, but that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'd say about 10.5 miles in now, probably a little bit under that. So another 90 or so miles left to go. I'll check in a bit. First guy coming back, well done mate. So he's past the 12.5 mile turnaround, and come, yeah, another couple of miles back, so we're about 14.5 miles in now, so absolutely flying. He will finish more likely at least 7 or 8 hours before I do. About 15 miles in now. Got a lovely little view of the Thames alongside me. And yeah, so far so good. About 30k in now, so heading towards checkpoint 3. I need to take on some more food. I haven't eaten enough, so yeah, I need to have a decent top up of calories, and then it's kind of the last push for this first leg back to Goring, where I can have my drop bag, or a few things I'll change about when I get there before heading out again. Yeah, still going all right. My feet are a little bit sore, but I can put on some dry socks, that will help that. Yeah, we go on. So through 20 miles now, and I'll be honest, I'm feeling it, having a bit of a low point, and these are going to happen. It's part of running a really long way is you have moments where it's a bit shit, but kind of where I am at the moment, just feel a little bit sick. Legs are aching a little bit. It's one of those, I think, because I'm near the end of this first leg. Brain is starting to say, hey, this would be a really good place to stop. So once I've kind of gone in and out in 5 miles time, 4.5 miles time, hopefully things will start to, or things will pick up again a little bit. This was always going to be the fastest leg, and I've gone probably a little bit faster than maybe I should have done, which was kind of deliberate just because I knew how flat it was. So I thought, use the energy while I've got it, knowing there'll be plenty of walking later on. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. It's been really muddy on bits of the Thames Path. Not as bad as it was on the way out. The sun was drying a lot of it up, but there's still some really slippery bits, which kind of throw you off your stride a bit. But it's pretty, it's sunny. Can't complain. You can see what I mean by slippery. $39k done. So about a mile till the checkpoint, till the end of leg one. I'm very much looking forward to just sitting down for 5 minutes, kind of collecting myself, getting some dry socks on because they're really starting to rub now, and yeah, then hopefully go out into the second one feeling a bit fresher. Fingers crossed. So back at the church we started, left turn over the Thames into the village hall to finish leg number 1. 41k in the leg one. Alright, so 1 marathon down. It's about 4:47, which includes the stop in the leg aid station. Spent best part of 20 minutes in there, which is too long, but at least achieved what I needed to. Got a pretty big blister on my right foot, so kind of, well, I've got dry socks on, which seems to have helped the left foot, which had a little blister on, and also put a blister plaster on the right foot. I'm not sure that's going to be enough, but you actually got to put up with it. This leg will be slower, it's a little bit more undulating than the first one, so just kind of accept that there'll be some more walking. Also, the leg's going to get more and more tired as we go along. And yeah, then it'll be, let's get to the third leg. It'll be getting dark heading into the night, so let's crack on, I guess. 54 down. It hurts now. My groin is sore, my back is sore, my feet are sore, and got about 110k left. So good times. Still making good time, a bit under 6 hours. So plenty of time to get this done. Just got to keep plodding away. So we are about 40 miles in now. Sun is just starting to get low in the sky, so it's 7 hours and 45 minutes in, so what's that, 4:45, so we've got a couple of hours of daylight left. Yeah, feeling a lot better than I was a couple of hours ago, but legs are feeling it. Night is going to be hard. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly now. The rain's coming down. Not that you can see it here because I'm in the woods in the shelter, but it is. We're about 68, a bit over 68, towards 69 kilometres now, so nearing 45 miles. It's about 6k until the next aid station, then it's just a little run then till back to Goring for the end of leg 2, and that'll be a grab warm clothes. I'm going to change my t-shirt, so I'll stick on a base layer and another t-shirt, and I'll stick a warm top in my bag as well. Probably take this coat back off and chuck that in the bag, unless it starts raining again by then. But yeah, very, very pretty evening today. Up a golden hour. Can't see through the trees, but yeah, golden hour on the ridgeway. Well, the light's fading quite quickly now. That's 71.5 kilometres, so 44.7 miles, something like that. I'm feeling so much better, and my legs still hurt. I'm blistered, fucking killing me, but I'm managing to put it in sort of 9-10 minute mile pace again, so ride that train while I can. Yeah, I think it'll be dark by the time I finish this leg, so this will be one off, if not the last bit of recording I do. Yeah, I'm not going to bother in the dark. I thought I would, but there's no point, you won't be able to see anything, and by then my brain's going to be going all over the place as well. So yeah, I'll do a little kind of recap at the very end. Probably wait until I've been home and had a bit of a sleep and stuff. So yeah, if this is the last time, I'll speak to you then. So it didn't get dark as quick as I thought it would. Come out of the woods and it's actually quite nice for those. Really getting cold now, and it's, the sleeves are on. So yeah, we've got about 4 miles, probably down to about 6k until Goring aid station and turn around for leg 3. It feels like a very, very long time ago now, but I spent too long there last time, so I'm going to try and be in and out more quickly. I know exactly what I need to do. I'm not planning on taking my shoes off this time, which will speed things up. So yeah, just grab my drop bag, stick some warm layers on, and get out, grab a little bit of food and get out, and then well, a broken to the back of this, which feels absolutely ridiculous to be saying about a 50-mile checkpoint. But simple maths will tell you that's how running 100 miles works. So on we go. Just over 77k gone now, so very, very nearly halfway. It's weird because you it started at 9 o'clock. We've just seen trails full of people all day, walkers, runners, cyclists, dogs, and now everywhere's really quiet. Lights are coming on, and I've still got to do it all over again. Yeah, this is going to be tough. I think I may scrape in halfway, just under 10 hours if I'm lucky. If I can maintain this pace. I think it's fairly flat now, I can't really remember. It's a long time since I was here, so it seems like a long time anyway. So will be 3k to do in 25 minutes. So yeah, it's doable just. And then obviously to finish under 24 hours, that'll give me 14 hours to do the last 50, which I think is doable. But it's going into the unknown, so I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, almost halfway, and fingers crossed, still on for sub 24-hour finish. Alright, we're back. So it's a bit over a week now since the Autumn 100. I am currently just doing some drills. I did my first kind of run back yesterday. My knees flared up a bit, and I've just realised that my alright, but basically any kind of leg muscles are really, really tight. Which could be contributing towards the pain in the knee, so just going to do lots of mobility and drills and stuff, and hopefully they'll start to ease it off a bit. If it doesn't, then I'll have to get it looked at. But anyway, Autumn 100, so got it done, got the 100 miles done. When I left you last, I was coming towards the end of leg 2, which had been a bit of a struggle. By the time I got to the end of it, it was very much night time, it was dark. Went into the Goring transition, ate, drank coffee, put on loads of warm layers because it was getting really, really cold by then as well. And yeah, then got out, cracked on with leg 3, which was back onto the ridgeway, but in the opposite direction to leg 2. So yeah, leg 3, back onto the ridgeway at night. A couple of kind of semi-wrong turns at the start, just couldn't quite find where I was supposed to be going, which was frustrating, but happens when you're tired. Luckily I was in quite good headspace going into the start of that leg. It's kind of up for it. I love running at night. So yes, he didn't really knock me, and just kind of cracked on. First 5k were uphill, and well, yeah, pretty much the whole of the first 10k of that leg were run, which was great. made up a lot of time, caught a lot of people who had overtaken me earlier. And then, yes, we went through the checkpoint, which was about halfway, it's about 10k, it's about 90k overall. And then the trails got harder, it was very narrow, kind of hard to decide which line to take. So there was a lot more walking then, but I just kind of kept plodding along, had my audiobook on, and yeah, kept going with it. It was a gorgeous, clear, starry night up on top of the ridgeway. You could see the towns lit up in the distance, you could see the stars overhead. So yeah, I was in a reasonable place. Obviously I was tired by the time I got to the next checkpoint, which was about the 100k mark. I was very, very tired. Did stop for a few minutes, about probably like 10, maybe 15 minutes. Had a chat with some of the marshals, had a coffee, just kind of regrouped mentally, and got on with it. The return was very similar to the way out, but in reverse. So what had been the last 10k and was hard trails on the way there was then the first 10k on the way back. So that was a struggle. Then once got onto the easier footing, ran a bit more. It was downhill, which is tough when you've got tired legs, but got it done. And overall I was very, very happy with how leg 3 went. I would say that was my favourite leg of the whole 100-mile course. Then on to leg 4, which was my least favourite of the course. So I did stop for a long time in Goring at the end of leg 3. Yeah, food, drink, just got a little bit of juice into the phone and the head torch to make sure they were good for the rest of it. And then got going, and I knew it was a little bit too long straight away, just because I felt very stiff when I started running and struggled to get going. So leg 4 is back on the Thames path, and it's dark. Obviously, it was, I think it was, it would have been about 20 to 2 in the morning, I think, that I set off on that leg. Yeah, so obviously depths of night at that point, cold, dark, tired, stiff. There were a few little hills near the start of that leg, which I struggled a bit with them. Looking back, my head wasn't in a good place at that point, because I kind of went, oh, I can't focus on my audiobook anymore, so I'm just going to stop and run with nothing. What I should have done was stick something easier to follow on podcast or something, because when I was left alone with my thoughts, things deteriorated quite quickly. So yeah, the first aid station on leg 4 came sooner than I expected it to, in that it was around 4.5 miles in, expecting it to be more like 6, around halfway. But in my head at the time I didn't really compute that it was early, and so the time afterwards seemed much longer than it should have been. And it's already a drag going into Reading in the middle of the night, going through Reading in the middle of the night. And I had numerous hissy fits along that leg, just wanting to get it done and being sure that I'd already done the distance, although it turned out I hadn't. So yeah, going into Reading felt like it lasted forever. They said in the race briefing at the start, the course isn't exactly 100 miles, but it's somewhere between 99 and 150. And having done 75 in those first 3 legs. If you had told me part way through that final one that it was 75 miles long, I would have believed you. It just dragged on forever and ever and ever. But got to Reading, changed my head torch battery, and got out again fairly quickly. The way back then, having felt so long on the way there, didn't feel nearly as long, although I did walk the vast majority of the first half of it, basically because at that point my legs had gone, my head had gone, and I just thought, right, I'm death marching to the finish. At some point after the sun rose, I managed to kind of pull myself together a bit, and with about 5 miles left, got back into running. Managed to run the vast majority of the rest of it, basically fueled by a renewed desire to get, and belief that I could get, sub 24 hours, which I did. Skipped the final aid station and yeah, just pushed on to the finish. Came in 23 hours and 42 minutes, which sub 24 was kind of my B goal. I did think at the start I might be able to go sub 22. I still think possibly if I have a pacer, build up a little bit more experience, maybe that might be doable at a later date. But sub 24 was great, very happy with it. The main thing was to finish this one after DNFing at Lakeland, so yeah, really happy to have got that done. And yeah, a week of nothing last week, came back feeling quite good. Tried to run yesterday, as I said, knee hasn't been thanking me for it since, and I'm not sure these drills are really doing a great deal for it either. Pain doesn't feel as sharp as it did when I started, but that could just be that I've numbed to it a little bit, so I guess we'll see. And that was my autumn 100 and my first 100 miler, 101.5 miles to be exact. My longest run previous to that was 52, 53 at Wendover Woods last year, so very happy to have made that jump. I can deal with a few little niggles because it's worth it. Just got to get them clear now, do the work to get my body back to its best, and then push on with training for ARC 50 in January, and ultimately return to Lakeland 100 next year. So thank you very much for tuning in and for making it this far. Please do hit like and subscribe and share. Leave any comments below with any questions you got about the race, the Autumn 100, Lakeland 100, ultra running, fitness generally. The written blog will be up now on my website. I'll put a link to that. It's paulrosept.com. And yeah, thanks once again, and stay tuned for another video coming soon. Bye bye.